Am I dreaming? A gun! It hurts! Is it an aneurysm?
You ever binge something that looks like mystery, dresses like Victorian cosplay, and then decides halfway through it it's a lecture series on metaphysics delivered by a raccoon on espresso? That is Lord of Mysteries. Beautiful, infuriating, and aggressively proud of how confusing it can be. It will reward you for paying attention, punish you for blinking, and then smugly hand you a ritual it explained once in episode 3 and act like you're the idiot for not memorizing it. This is not a put your brain on airplane mode show. This is a pause it, stare at the wall, and question your life choices show. And yet, somehow I kept watching, which means it's either brilliant or I've officially succumbed to occult Stockholm syndrome. All right, let's rip the bandage off and talk about Lord of Mysteries. Okay, here's the short, stupid explanation. Imagine Sherlock Holmes woke up in a steampunk carnival, found a mystery diary, sipped weird supernatural tea, and accidentally subscribed to a monthly plan called Become an Occult Lord. The protagonist, Klein, a man who somehow goes from I'm broken wet to I have a suspiciously nice hat and eldritch powers, becomes the axis around which a bunch of secret societies, tarot-flavored magic systems, and people with very important cloaks revolve. It's detective stuff, but it's also ritual porn, and it's also let's make the villain monologue for 13 episodes. Tonally, it's like someone mixed Sherlock, Lovecraft, and a pocket full of conspiracy forum rage, shook it, and forgot to check if anything inside was coherent. The setting is the show's high-tier flex. When it wants to be eerie or grand, it nails it. Fog-choked streets, brass gears, street lamps that look like they've been designed by a sleepless architect with a fetish for obelisks. The show drops visuals that are gorgeous stills, legitimate cinematic frames that could hang in an art house gallery. Those moments? Breathtaking. But, and this is a big but shaped like a tarot card, the show treats mood like seasoning. Sprinkle it, then forget the main course. You'll get these 5-second cinematic paintings, then the scene cuts to a detective explaining the exact thing you just watched in excruciating detail like a teacher who thinks the class is deaf. World building is dense, but sometimes too reverent to be useful. Yes, the lore is cool. No, I don't need an encyclopedia entry shoved down my throat between two people lighting cigarettes. And also, the city has personality. Okay, so the occult mechanics, tarot-style rituals, pathways, and other nonsense that sounds like a failed board game is addictive in the way a puzzle box is addictive. You want to know what's inside. The rules are intricate and often actually logical, a rare treat in fantasy, which gives the show a backbone of, ooh, neat, whenever someone uses a power cleverly. That said, the writers also have a nasty habit of using the magic system as a deus ex machina vending machine. When they need tension resolved, somebody simply pulls a card or drinks a potion and poof, problems are solved or intentionally complicated because narrative. It's like having a Swiss Army knife and deciding the best tool is a butter knife when you want fireworks. If pacing were a person, this show would be that friend who brings up an ex in the middle of a birthday party and then tells the same 3 anecdotes for 6 hours. There are fights that stop so a character can explain how they felt 5 years ago. There are reveals that get unpacked with a 15-minute montage of slightly different angles. Momentum dies here, and it dies a lot. The show loves flashbacks the way I love caffeine. Too much and then the shakes start. The protagonist arc is a highlight. Klein, he earns the right, is one of those rare leads who treats consequences like a math problem. He thinks, plans, faces stakes. When he grows, it feels earned. That makes the moments when the script writes characters into corners all the more painful. And then there are the archetypes. The stoic noble who exists to nod. The tsundere for no reason girl who alternates between telling him to leave immediately and also lingering in doorways. The mysterious mentor whose entire personality is mysterious. Some characters do actual work and change. Others are decorative trench coats on stage. It's maddening because the show has the tools to make every character compelling, but it sometimes uses them to prop up the plot instead. Visually, the show swings between postcard tier frame and 6 rats in a trench coat doing fight choreography. There are episodes where the face animation is so expressive you can feel the actor's soul through the screen. Then there are cuts where characters move like marionettes on a budget. I have to give credit where it matters. The design of the ritual sequences in the occult paraphernalia is utterly chef's kiss. When the show leans into gothic occult aesthetics, it serves visual candy. Sigils, costuming, and those bleak, rain-slicked rooftops that make me want to rewatch the credits. But the fight scenes? Spliced, awkward, and sometimes animated by a committee of sleep-deprived hamsters. Which is a shame because the choreography could be great with consistent animation budgets.
More of Rozelle's journal would do, or perhaps.
The finale, without giving everything away, is equal parts satisfying and infuriating. The show understands dramatic irony and uses it well. When long-buried threads snap into place, the shiver is real. But the finale occasionally slurs together explanations like it's trying to tie a bow with a roll of duct tape. The major problem isn't that the finale reveals things, it's the timing. Important emotional beats sometimes come right after a 10-minute detour about a side character's hat, and that undercuts the catharsis. It's like watching someone deliver a heartfelt eulogy, and then they rip open a bag of chips. Tone whiplash, baby. Okay, here's the cold, bleeding truth. Lord of Mysteries is messy, ambitious, and deeply watchable. It's like a glorious, slightly broken machine that occasionally vomits gold. For every scene that feels like a masterclass in tension and world building, there's a scene that feels like a writer forgot to pay the plot subscription fee. If you're into slow-brewed mysteries, complex occult systems, and a protagonist who actually thinks before stabbing things, this show will scratch that itch. If you want clean pacing, consistent animation, and characters who never get sidelined for 12 episodes so the script can do exposition yoga, maybe temper your expectations. My score? If I graded it like a report card from a teacher who's seen too much and still cares, 8 out of 10.
Powder and 10 grams of golden cloak grass powder.
If you enjoyed me ranting like a possessed Victorian critic, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me which occult path you choose if you could trade your dignity for power. My pick is Chaotic Barista of the Abyss, because free coffee forever. Okay, this was me, your friendly neighborhood anime spacey. Like, comment, and don't forget to feed your plants. They are the only ones who will be there to judge you when the Occult Society shows up. Chicken fuck dragons. See you next time.